and I am the Civil War Guru. And today I'm back here at the wonderful Battles of the Western Theater Museum in historic Bardstown, Kentucky. I have my #1 cameraman with me, Kenny Rogers, and today we're going to shoot some fresh video. We're going to start with our medical department. We have already shot one video of our medical department, but we have such an extensive medical department that we got a lot of things to show you and a lot of stuff that people's never seen. And in front of you have a model 1840 medical officer's sword. And it has his name on the back of it, and this is the Surgeon General, C.C. Huff. Now the duties of these guys, they were from administration to extensive medical service, and they ran all the government hospitals, and they overseen every surgeon, every assistant surgeon, and anybody beneath them. And they were just absolutely in charge. And at the beginning of the Civil War, they had, the whole United States had one Surgeon General and 30 surgeons. And by the end of the war, they had over 3,000 surgeons. This was one of the gentlemen in charge during the Civil War. And a Surgeon General's rank is equivalent to a Brigadier General. So we wanted to get this on film because this has never been shot before, never been photographed. And again, this is Surgeon General C.C. Huff, and this is the model 1840 medical officer's sword. Now Kenny's going to turn it over. He's going to zoom in and get the MS for medical service on the front. And I see him zooming in now and going to get you a great shot. And in some of these swords, like this particular sword, the MS is cast into the guard, and some of them are applied to the guard in silver. I think we shot one a few weeks ago, and it has the MS, which is silver, and it's applied in that spot. All right, we're going to get Kenny to flip it over and get the name on the back, which is real cool. All right, Kenny's got an excellent view of this. This is a little panel on the back of the grip of the sword, and it has Mr. Huff's name and Surgeon General. That's a killer. That's a money shot. And again, this is what you get to see when we're doing these videos down here. You get to get that extra little vision of what's going on, and that idea is over the top, and that's what all the collectors love to see. But this guy was a real important guy in the Western theater, and I'm going to back it out just a hair so you know it's on the handle. Kind of get proximity where it is. There you go. All right, now we're going to go to our next artifact. All right, what we're shooting here in front of you is a travel trunk that belonged to Surgeon Charles Martin of the 96th Regiment, Illinois Infantry. And it's ID. Kenny will get you a good shot of that. Then underneath of it is a medical field hospital desk, a field desk. And it's dated 62. And then there's a couple of lanterns. But what this is sitting inside of looks like a room and a house. And after the Battle of Perryville, the wounded they brought up here to Bardstown, and every house in town had wounded soldiers, Union and Confederate, in it. And then the church also was used as a hospital. And this kind of simulates one of the rooms that was used here in Bardstown. But anyway, this is a great artifact that belonged to Charles Martin. And he was connected with the Army of Kentucky, Union side of course, Army of Ohio, and his first major engagement that he was with the 96th Illinois was the Battle of Richmond, Kentucky. And then he was also engaged when Morgan took Lebanon, Kentucky. He was part of that. And then he was also in the, I said also twice, in the Battle of Fort Henry and Fort Donelson. But he went through the Western Theater, and he died in 1896. He was a great surgeon. The guys loved him. And this is one of his fabulous artifacts. And this is all leather. It's outstanding condition. And so I'm going to get Kenny get up here on it and get his markings on the back of it. And there's a few other little medical things in there, so we'll get to take a look at that. All right, there, Kenny's got a good shot of that desk. And that door that you're reading the name on, it folds down, and it's got a bunch of pigeonholes in there for all the documents. And that would set up on a bench. And that's called a field desk. And that's pretty cool with all the original markings on it. All right, there's a great shot. We're working with lighting in here, and the museum is subdued. And there it is. There's his name on the end of his trunk. Charles M. Martin, MD, USA. It's beautifully painted in gold paint. And the original handles on it and all the original straps. So it's a beautiful artifact. And there's some medical stuff inside of it. And that little mortal pedestal you see to the left, a couple of medical bottles. And there's a box underneath it. But it's a great piece of Western theater. And you know we love Western theater here at the old Battles of the Western Theater Museum. All right, now I'm gonna try to get this operating table. There's a magnificent fold-up operating table, and we have a little mannequin on it. And we do a lot of school kids here, and we show them, this little operating room. And so we have a little mannequin on, so don't laugh too much when you see the mannequin. But we're gonna try to get a picture of that surgeon table underneath of it. All right, this is an extremely rare operating table. And it folds up. It's got metal brackets and hinges, and you can position the table any way you want it. And it's just a fabulous, fabulous operating table. There's not a handful of these exist. And of course we have our little volunteer mannequin on there for the surgeon. And just a real wonderful, wonderful piece of American history and piece of medical history. And I've only seen one other one of these. They're pretty rare. All right, I'm gonna get one more shot before we get out of here. I'm gonna ask Kenny to move the camera one more time. All right, what we have in front of us is a prosthetic leg. And when we give our tours, we're the school groups and that, we show them that, kind of give them a dose of reality. And that's an original wooden leg from Mississippi. And you see the leather strap and then his knee pad in there, and Kenny's gonna zoom in a little bit. But what's so unique, and when we give our tour on this, we give them a little bit of reality that 60% to 65% of the state budget of Mississippi in 1865 to 1866 was for prosthetic arms and legs for the veterans. And that's how devastating it was. But that's a fabulous, I hate to say a fabulous leg, but that's a great representation for an artificial limb. All right, Kenny, back out and let's hit them one more time, and then we'll go to the next item. All right, what you have in front of you is a hospital flag. And this is regulation size, and it is as absolutely rare as hen's teeth. And it's yellow and has the green H in it, which are medical colors. And this is a very large flag. And I think it's around 6.5 by 5, somewhere in that, maybe a little longer in length. But this particular hospital flag I bought it out of Jeffersonville, Indiana, years and years ago, over 50 years ago. And this flew over barges. And you say barges, why barges? Well, what happened is they didn't have enough hospitals to put all the wounded in. So right across from Louisville, Kentucky, they nested together. That means they put barge after barge after barge, tied them all together, and put canopies over them, and they used those as hospitals. And this flew over the barges there in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Super rare flag. I've only seen 3 or 4 more, but this is this outstanding Western theater. And as you can see, it blew in the wind a lot. But it's real heavy, dude. It's like it's almost like cell canvas. It's made of a unique material, and just really cool. Just over the top. But we want to show it to you because flags are rare because they had a high mortality rate. Blowing in the wind, they disintegrate, then they have to replace them. But that's this super great piece of Americana. But that's what it is, because we get a lot of the novices say, what's that H for? Well, that's for hospital flag. All right, we're going to move to the next display. All right, we want to get his surgeon kits in there. I don't want to miss that. And there's a tintype of him. And handsome looking gentleman. But a great surgeon's kit. And it's, I believe it's New York made, but it's a fabulous surgeon kit. All right, we got a couple more little items in here we're going to get, then we'll go to the next grouping. All right, we wanted to get these in there because they're cool. That's a handmade, hand-carved smoking pipe. Looks like it's made out of briarwood with the medical insignia on it. And I think, just love that. And that's old Doc Morton's. But what's over the top, I think, is the eagle head. This is a match safe. That's what it's called. And those are matches how they came out in the 1860s. They come in little bunches and you break them off. But you'd slide them in there and close the end of it. And that'd keep them dry. And it's called a match safe. This super cool. With that eagle motif, I love it. And then we're going to move, Kenny's here. We're going to move up. And there is a sharpening stone in the original wooden box just above it. Now this belongs to a different unit, but it says hospital, and it says 49th Illinois, and that's a sharpening stone. I love that. And folk art, Americana, Western theater, how can you beat it? All right, we'll move to the next objects.